All right, if you're running a direct-to-consumer brand, you know just how noisy it is out there. But what if I told you there's a way to turn your email list not just into a bunch of customers, but into actual, loyal, raving fans? Well, today, we are diving deep into lifecycle email marketing. Think of it as the secret weapon for building customer relationships that last and are seriously profitable.
So let's be real. You did the hard work. You've got this growing list of people who actually said, yes, I want to hear from you. That's awesome. But now what, right? How do you take that list and turn it into a thriving community and, let's be honest, a powerful revenue stream? That is the big question, and that's where our journey really begins.
The answer, my friends, is lifecycle email marketing. Don't think of it as just sending emails. Think of it as a strategic conversation. It's all about sending the right message to the right person at the exact right moment in their journey with your brand. You see, it's not just about selling stuff. It's about guiding them, helping them, and building a real connection.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about the opportunity, like why this really matters. Then we'll map out the entire customer journey, piece by piece. After that, we'll get into the essential tools you'll need, and finally, we'll wrap up with your first actionable steps you can take today.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about the why. With ad costs going through the roof and competition everywhere, why should you focus on this? Why is lifecycle email marketing such a game changer, especially for direct-to-consumer brands? Let's break down this huge opportunity.
The absolute magic of this whole strategy comes down to one word: relevance. Just think about it for a second. A brand new subscriber, they need a warm hello and welcome. A customer who's bought from you 5 times, they're ready for the VIP treatment. This approach lets you tailor your message perfectly for each stage, turning your emails from just another sales pitch into genuinely helpful, personalized guidance. And that, right there, is how you build trust, how you drive repeat business, and how you turn casual customers into fans for life.
Okay, now we're getting to the heart of it. Let's see how this all comes together. We're going to break down the entire customer journey into a super clear, totally predictable path.
So this whole journey can be mapped across 5 key stages. We've got awareness, engagement, conversion, retention, and finally, loyalty. Now, each of these stages has a totally different goal, which means it needs a totally different kind of conversation. So let's walk through them one by one.
And it all kicks off right here, at stage 1, awareness. This is that very first hello. It's the moment a potential customer even realizes you exist.
Your goal here is incredibly simple. Make a killer first impression. You're not trying to shove a product down their throat yet. You're just introducing your brand, what you stand for, your vibe. Check out this example from Beekeeper's Naturals. It's clean, it's confident, and that call to action, the CTA, is a simple shop now. It's like the perfect digital handshake, inviting people to come look around without any pressure.
Okay, so they know who you are. Now we're rolling into stage 2, engagement. You've got their attention, and now the goal is to start building a real, genuine connection.
At this point, it's all about relationship building. You're sharing your brand story, what you're all about, and inviting them to be part of your world. This email from Winnie Lou, it's a total masterclass in community building. They're not just saying, follow us. They're inviting you to join a pet parent community and calling you a friend. That simple change in language is so powerful. It makes subscribers feel like they're joining a movement, not just another mailing list.
So they're aware, they're engaged with you, and now they're starting to think about actually making a purchase. Welcome, my friends, to the all-important third stage, conversion.
This is where you gently nudge them towards that first purchase. And this email from Freestyle is just a brilliant example of how to get it done. They're using a super powerful psychological trigger, FOMO, the fear of missing out, by saying it's the last of their stock. And look at that button, I need it. That's pure genius. It taps right into the customer's desire and makes buying feel like an emotional must-have, not just another transaction.
Boom! They've made a purchase. But listen, the journey is far from over. In fact, one of the most important stages is up next: retention. The whole goal here is to earn that second sale, and then a third.
This stage is all about proving that you value the relationship, not just the sale. You're following up, you're asking for feedback, you're showing you actually care. Take this example from Yodo. They're not just announcing a new feature, they're straight up saying, we listen to your feedback. This simple act makes customers feel like they're part of the brand story, and that is an incredibly powerful way to build loyalty that really lasts.
And that brings us to the final stage, the ultimate goal for any DTC brand, stage 5, loyalty.
This is where your customers transform into your biggest advocates.
Loyal customers are basically your brand's superheroes. They don't just buy from you again and again, they go out and tell their friends about you. And check out this stat. Loyalty programs are crazy effective. A massive 80% of consumers will stick with a brand that has one. This Ray-Ban example shows you why. It's a simple birthday gift, but it creates this powerful little moment of delight that makes the customer feel special and deepens that emotional connection to the brand.
All right, so we've mapped out the entire journey. Now let's talk about the tools you need in your toolkit to actually make it all happen. This is the how-to part of our guide.
So to really bring this strategy to life, you need to master 3 key tactics. First up is segmentation. This just means you've got to stop batch and blasting one email to everyone. Instead, you divide your audience into smaller groups based on what they're interested in, so your message always hits the mark. Second, personalization. This is where you use that data to create a one-to-one feeling, from using their name to recommending products you already know they'll love. And third, automation. This is your secret weapon. It puts your strategy on autopilot, with emails like welcome series and abandoned cart reminders that are out there working for you 24/7.
Here's the deal. You can't improve what you don't measure. That's why setting clear key performance indicators, or KPIs, for each stage of this journey is absolutely critical. Now, you can track a million different things, but let's start with the big 2. Open rate, which tells you if your subject lines are grabbing attention, and conversion rate, which tells you if your emails are actually getting people to take action. These 2 KPIs are really the foundation of a smart, data-driven email strategy.
Okay, I know that was a ton of information, so let's boil it all down and make it super practical. Here is your action plan for getting started with this today. If you're just starting out on this journey, please don't get overwhelmed. Just focus on these 3 high-impact things. First, create a welcome email. It is your single best chance to make an amazing first impression. Second, set up an abandoned cart email. Seriously, it's automated, and it will be one of the highest converting emails you ever send. And third, start with simple segmentation. Just separating people who haven't bought yet from your existing customers will be a total game changer.
And hey, for those of you who might have a more mature program already, here's a little advanced tip. Urgency is a powerful tool, right? We saw that with the freestyle example. But if every single email is screaming, last chance, 24 hours left, it just loses its power. People tune it out, so use it surgically, not like a sledgehammer. Always protect that trust you've built.
So we're going to end with a question for you to take away with you. Take a hard look at your own brand, at your own data, at your own customers. As you think about these 5 stages we just talked about, awareness, engagement, conversion, retention, and loyalty, which one of those needs your focus the most right now?